Good day, everyone. We are from Group 15 from BCN 2053 Operating System, Section 06. When we talk about operating system, the most popular consumer operating system are Windows and Linux. This assignment is all about exploring the both type of operating system. Today we are going to discuss about the window and one of each example for Linux variant, which is Ubuntu. This is our table content. Now I'm going to explain in brief the evolution of both operating system from the beginning up to today. Diagram 1 shows the evolution for Windows, while diagram 2 shows the Ubuntu long-term service release. Windows 1 was the first public release of Windows, which is released on November 20, 1985, followed by Windows 3, which is released on April 6, 1992. Windows 19, Windows 95 was released on August 15, 1995, while Windows XP was released on August 24, 2001. Windows Vista was complete on November 2006 and released worldwide on January 30, 2007. Windows 7 was released to manufacturing on July 2009 and generally retail on October 22. Windows 8 was released to manufacturing on 2012 and generally retail on 2012 October. Windows 10, which is the most latest Windows, which is manufacturing on July 15, 2015 and generally republished on July also 2015.
Okay.
Now we are going to talk about the Linux variant, which I used Ubuntu as an example. Ubuntu 14.04 long-term service, also known as Trusty TAHR. It was released on 17 April 2014. It was the 20th release of Ubuntu, while Ubuntu 16.04 LTS, and it is also known as Senior Ceres, was announced on 21 October 2015 and generally released on 21 April 2016. Ubuntu 18.04 LTS is a long-term service support that was released on 26 April 2018. Ubuntu 19.04 was released on 18 April 2019, while Ubuntu 19.10 was released on 17 October 2019. Ubuntu 20.04 LTS was the latest long-term support release and was released on 23rd April 2020. Now we are going to learn about the version released on Windows 1. Windows 1 has versions 1.01, 1.02, and 1.04, while Windows 3.1 X, it has Windows version 3.1 and 3.11. Windows 95 was generally published on 24 August 1995, and it has SP1, which is Service Pack 1, and OEM Service Windows XP, it has SP1, SP2, and SP3. The date is shown in here.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Windows Vista also has Service Pack 1, Service Pack 2, while Windows 7 has SP1. Windows 8 was officially announced by Microsoft on May 14, 2013, and it was released on June 26, 2013 for the public beta version. It is it released as a public as a free upgrade through Windows Store on October 17, 2013. Windows 10, the latest Windows, which is version 2004, code version 20H1, released on 27 May 2020. Ubuntu version, the version of Ubuntu 14.04, it has Ubuntu 14.04.1, 14.04.2, and 14.04.3 until 14.04.6. It was the latest, and it was released on 7 March of 2019. Ubuntu
Okay,
16.04
okay,
LTS, also known as Senior Series. This version has 16.04.1 until 16.04.6, same as the Trustita as above. The next version is Ubuntu 18.04. It was also known as Bionic Beaver. It has 4 versions in this Ubuntu, and it was Ubuntu version 18.04.1 until 18.04.4. Ubuntu 19.04 was released on 18 April 2019, while Ubuntu 19.10 was released on 17 October 2019. This version has no big update.
okay, okay.
Ubuntu 20.04, also known as Focal Fossa, was released on 23rd April 2020. It provides maintenance update for 5 years, which is until April of 2025. Now I'm going to talk about significant feature for each big update for Windows and Ubuntu. For Windows 1, this window has relied heavily on the use of mouse because it's the oldest version. While Windows 3.1 introduced the first window that required a hard drive. Windows 95 then introduced a 32-bit environment, and it focused on multitasking. Windows XP was introduced ClearType, which designed to make the text easier to read on LCD screen, and introduced the CD burning autoplay from CD. The following windows are Windows Vista. It updates the look and feel of Windows with more focus on transparent element, search and security. Windows 7 was intended to fix all the problems and criticism faced by Vista. Besides, it was faster, more stable, and easier to use. Windows 8 was the Windows' most radical overhaul of the Windows interface. It was faster than previous version of Windows and included support for the new, much faster USB 3.0 device. The latest Windows 10, has only been published as a test version for new users to try. The interesting feature of this window was included the ability to switch between a keyboard and mouse mode and a tablet mode for those computers like Surface Pro 3 with a detachable keyboard. Ubuntu 14.04 LTS included the ability to turn off the global menu system and use locally integrated menus instead for individual application. While Ubuntu 16.04 LTS Senior Series was released to add support for CEPH and ZFS file system. It will use the system instead of Upstart as its unit system. Ubuntu 18.04 LTS Bionic Beaver introduced some new features such as color emoticons, a new to-do application pre-installed in the default installment, and added the option of minimal install to Ubuntu 18.04 LTS installer. Ubuntu 19.04, also known as Disco Dingo, includes a new icon set, increased performance, smoother animation, nightlight intensity control, and advanced application permission. Ubuntu 19.010 Ion E9 was made improvement in NVIDIA specific. These graphic drivers are embedded within the Ubuntu ISO image and therefore are available for direct installation from the installer without the need to be downloaded. The latest Ubuntu 20.04 Focal Fossa was provide support for new hardware, including Intel Comet Lake CPU and initial Tiger Lake platform. It also enables support for the EXFAT file system and the open source WireGuard VPN, as well as integration with LivePatch, which allows for reboot-free kernel updates. Improvements have also been made to the system menu and the installation screen, which now show a graphical drive checking routing. Then here are the reference for my research. So if you have any question, you can visit this website.
Okay.
No question.
So can we proceed to our question 2?
Yes.
Okay. So now I will explain about we compare the two popular operating system, the Windows with the Linux in terms of the memory management. Okay, memory management system is an important part of every operating system. The main function of the memory management is to manage the memory system of random access memory RAM and storing devices that are available on the system. The memory management system should be optimized because it will affect the speed of the performance of a operating system, just like slower down our computer. The visual memory is a memory capability of an operating system which use hardware and software to allow computer to be compensated for physical memory shortage by temporarily transferring data from RAM to disk storage. Virtual memory is a storage locate the scheme where the secondary memory can be addressed. S2 it will part of main memory. The address of program may be used as a reference to memory system used to identify the physical storage site and the address if program are translated to the machine address. Okay, for the window manages the virtual memory in a tree data structure. Each node of the tree is called virtual address descriptor (VAD). The VAD make each node of the tree as either free, reserved, or committed virtual memory. A process is being with all address free, which means they can be committed to memory or be reserved for future use. Before any address can be used, it have to be first allocated as reserved or committed. The committed node are those currently be used, and the free nodes are that unused node, and reserved node are those cannot be used until the reservation is lifted off. The window use the cluster daemon paging for memory management. Pages are both in the memory where they are needed. The page can both in the memory simultaneously in one time. The window paging system make use of working set concept, which is determined by the amount of memory assigned in the process. Page, they are in the memory, in the main memory with the size of the working set. Set will then be altered accordingly. This memory location method used is called first in, first out, as we study in the lecture. Okay, the order page is chosen for replacement. It's always suffer for Beledi anomaly, which is the number of page frame is increased and cause the increase of number of page fault. So it has lower performance because it has a lot of the page fault. This picture is about the first in, first out before. Okay, for the Linux, next. The Linux use the linked list data structure, which is stored in the VM area structure, VMA, and defined in the list is just the range and number of address, potential connection in each scope, and how it's going up and down. It's also able to indicate which area is private and where is public. The entry number, if the entry number is greater than 32, the Linux will convert the linked list into a tree data structure depending on the situation to perform the best arrangement. For the memory management, the Linux uses the daemon paging. The page will not be swept the entire process. Instead of this use of the lazy swapper method, page to memory unless it was needed and only necessarily page are not set to memory unless it was needed and only necessary. The page are not set to memory unless it was needed and only necessary are using valid, not valid bit. We need a words of reading the from the bit. If the bit is valid, okay, the page is bigger and is in the memory, and for unvalid it will indicate that it's on the disk. Okay, for the picture is the for the picture is the daemon paging for the Linux. And Linux use a least recently used page displacement algorithm (LRU) that we have studied before. The page that is not used for a long time will be selected the victim page and replaced. There are two implements which are counter and stacked in. In counter, the page table entry is with time of use field, and the page will with the smaller time will be replaced. In stack, the page at the bottom will be removed and be put on the top of the stack, and the least recently used will be performed at the bottom of the stack. And the picture is about the LRU algorithm. Okay. So for the window, The maximum size of virtual memory may end up a few times of the physical memory that the computer actually have. For 64-bit architecture window, the 2 GB RAM of memory is the minimum requirement. And however, when too much heavy access in 2 GB will make our computer is much lower and difficult to work, because but it's enough for us to conducting the basic activity on your computer. The maximum requirement for Windows 64-bit is 128 GB. Okay, for Windows 10 32-bit architecture, 1 GB RAM, 1 GB of memory is the minimum requirement for basic activity on your computer for normal access. So the maximum memory requirement is 4 GB, but only 3.2 GB access will be allowed due to the limitation of memory addressing. Okay, next for the Linux. For example, the Ubuntu. For Ubuntu, 64-bit architecture is a requirement of minimum of 512 megabyte of memory, and maximum can be up to 256 TB of memory. The 32-bit architecture requirement a minimum of 384 megabyte of memory and support maximum only up to 4 GB RAM. And if with the PAE kernel is enabled, you're up to 64 GB RAM. Okay, so the third is for the normal access, every day we use with comparison, there is less option for Windows to boosting the RAM. So Windows 10 is a feature-packed operating system and not probably need to use some of the functionality, but the software will still run. So we can reduce the background program and service that are running at the same time, or adding more RAM like USB drive to perform better in our computer. But for Ubuntu, can do all the things same as Windows, but more like switching from relatively resolved instead default Ubuntu desktop to an alternative that much lighter on resolve mean on the unsafe of the memory. Ubuntu have much lighter on resolve, where the entire operating system is designed for input and be the one decided how it's run. For Ubuntu, it can run the app with the same app as in the window using the less memory compared to Windows. For me, I recommend that the window is more suitable for everyday normal users because Linux is more to advanced user like pro and with the IT background. The window come with pre-installed on many devices, and window are more simple and design possible as simple as possible to use for the toolbar and easy installation of program, and make it more suitable for people without IT knowledge. But in terms of the memory, the Linux is much better because it's more lighter on the resource and use of the memory. For the next server access, the server environment, the Linux have many desktop environment to choose, which are lightweight in nature, means is all the thing is lightweight. Linux is an open source platform, allow the use of the open source software, include the Windows software, means we can run the Windows software in the Ubuntu. Therefore, it's generally use fewer resource and making the system more efficient and less to malfunction. The Linux is built to be scalable to a large number of hardware configuration and also use it as a live or operating system. Means I think the Linux is much suitable because it uses fewer memory compared with the Windows. It can also run the same apps and the window on Ubuntu. And this is a reference on a study. Okay, next. Okay, for process management about between Windows and the Linux. We know Windows and Linux process a lot of different in visual and access. Another major difference is in the process management, which describe the management of process and treat. In Linux, the process does not print the current running process. They cannot stop it from running, so they can run. Each process decides to relinquish the CPU and is running on when it has to wait for some system event. For example, a process may have to wait for a character to be read from a file. This waiting happens between the system call in the system mode. The process used in a library function to open and read the file. In turn, make the system call to read bytes from the open file. In this case, the waiting process will be suspended and another more disturbing process will be chosen to run. However, in the window, they implement priority driven preemptive scheduling. The process have the highest priority runnable, means the ready thread always run, which the given that the thread chosen to run may be limited by the processor on which the thread is allowed to run. A phenomena is called processor affinity. By the default, the thread can run on any available processor, but you can alter processor affinity by using one of the Windows scheduling function. For every job that have to execute by processor, they will be go through all the process status. But in Linux, they have 4 process status which is running, waiting, stop, and zombie. However, in Windows, there are 9 process status which is ready, deferred, ready, standby, running, and waiting, get waiting, transition, terminate, and initialize. From here, we know that Windows take more steps and longer to finish a process. However, the Linux take lesser steps to finish a process, means the Linux is more faster. Okay, for the processor chip, the Intel processor chip broke a fundamental disaster which has forced the industry to radically redesign the Linux kernel and Windows kernel in order to eliminate this chip level security flaw. The majority of programmers are running to comprehensively modify the visual memory system of the open source of Linux. At the same time, it's expected that Microsoft will publicly announce the necessary change to the Windows operating system on the upcoming patch Tuesday. This update has been issued to run the FastRing channel in November and December of last year. Beta tester of the Windows Insider Vision. This update for Linux and Windows will affect the performance of the Intel product. The actual impact is still being tested. but we estimate that performance will probably be reduced by 5% to 30%, depending on the specific test and processor model. The recently released Intel chip have features such as PCIe, which can automate the program of performance impact. Okay, so for normal unstressed, Windows OS is more suitable than Linux operating system. The Windows operating system I use is friendly GUI. That why everyone is easy to use the Windows operating system because all the computer is installed but mostly in Windows. However, the Linux OS is more suitable for server and unstressed because it's free and safe space. A Linux is a temporary dictionary of the system will be automatically cleaned when restarting and will not occur a lot of disk space. Means you will save a lot of space. And this is the reference of the second question. That's all for my.
Okay, thank you, Jin Chang.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, now this is my part, which is introduce the file system, file management in certified operating system. You can download in Kalam. But now I only focus on the Windows and the Linux file management. You can see the table. The left hand side is the Windows, which is the right hand side is the Linux. So I construct a table to clearly to differentiate their function in the respectively way to show the function. Now you can see the left hand side, the window is use the different data driver like C, D, E, but the Linux only use the three like a hierarchical file system. And now you can see the window, there are four types of account system: administrator, center, charge, and guest. But the Linux, the only three types of account system, which is regular, root, and service account. Now, Windows has an administrator user has all the administrative privileges of computer, but the Linux only have the root user is super user and has all the administrative privileges. Similarly, you can see the window, whatever window or Windows 7, Windows 8, or Windows 10, you can see they have a separate home directory. But the Linux, they are only has user directory is here, which is called its home directory. Now, the Windows operating system store their file management mostly in C, which is the Linux don't have the driver like C, so he only can store in a particularly island. On the Linux, the file, whatever the system file or the normally file, it will spin between multiple location, and it will define as a three word like USR or PIN, something like this. This is the Windows 10, Windows 8 or Windows 7. There's a feature for store their file management. And the Linux, you see they have a lot of file to store their management, the file management. So for my opinion, this Linux is for the person draw in PC to store their file management.
Okay.
Actually, both of the Windows, both of the operating system, Windows and Linux, they have the file to store their the file system, and also they have the rules to name their file. For example, the window, you cannot have the same name whatever the up letter or capital letter or the lower letter. They can have the same name. For example, you can see if the lower capital report and the capital letter bigger, the report is something for the sensor operating system window. And for the Linux, different with the window, you can use the lower capital letter and the bigger capital letter to show the differentiate between the file. Next.
Okay, I understand.
The picture to the window. You can see if you have the same name, it will remind you to change the name, or it must be a different name. Means something like different behind the name, because there maybe has a 2 or 3 number to show the difference. In the
Okay,
Linux,
window.
in the Linux, you can see that there are same name but the different capital that can show together to separate the file. This is a difference between the window and the Linux. So next,
Okay.
proceed. So this is a difference between the window and the Linux enter system related file. For the window, you can change the source code, but the Linux, you can change the source code. And the window, you easier become the target of the hacker because it's easier to hacking your system window. But for the Linux, they're easy to detect the bug to anti the hacker, but depends on your ability. If you without the knowledge about the operating system, maybe it's similar with Windows. It's easier to hacking by hacker. And the
Okay.
Windows is run the slower if they have an older hardware. It's but the Linux, even they have older hardware, but you can run even faster compared to the Windows. And this is a different sheet. You can see the table. Okay, now below is the reference, which is I refer the online information to share to you guys.
Okay. Thank you, Hong
Okay,
Zhen.
if you
Okay.
have any problem, you can search back the link. That's all.
No question. Understand.
Thank you, Hong Zhen. So, Xiaokang,
Hello,
can you?
hello.
Yes. Can
Okay,
you please
Shakang.
explain your part?
Okay. Yeah, so to explain the security element. So for first part, user and password authentication management. For the Windows 10 user account control to protect user preventing malware from dashing a machine and help organization develop a better managed system. And this feature is enabled as enhanced just always in the community context of non-administrator account, unless an administrator specifically authorized administrator level access to the system. People can bot the automatic installation of and those apps and prevent accidental change to system settings. And Windows 10 also improves end user convincement features and system security, and it eliminates the threat for stolen window. We got show the picture of the user account control for Windows 10 with
Xiaokang,
to install. Yes.
are you facing internet problem or you need our help?
Yeah, a little bit
What-
lagging
Yeah.
your sound.
Or you need us to help
Maybe
you to
I
explain some?
copy that. Also can.
Okay. So I going start with Linux lah. Linux.
Okay.
Ubuntu use password hashing to logging into Ubuntu. The system password is stored in etc or shadow. Modern Linux has long since moved to etc shadow and for some time now has used
Convenience and storage window. That's the feature of the user info control for Windows 10 now.
this one is user control for Windows 10. Since MD5 is considered broken for some user and as computational power available to perform brute forcing of MD5 increased, Ubuntu 8.10 and later proactively moved to using sorted SHA 512 based password hashes CYRPT ID6, which are orders of magnitude more difficult to brute force. For Windows 10, the first account on a Windows 10 PC is a member of administrator group and has the right to install software and modify the system configuration. Secondary account can and should be set up as standard user to prevent untrained user from inadvertently damaging the system or installing unwanted software. Another new protection, control folder access block, ransomware, and other unauthorized application by preventing unauthorized access to important file. This picture shows the computer management.
Okay.
The Linux kernel itself is responsible for policing who gets access to what resources. This is a difficult task as there needs to be optimal balance between performance, stability, and security. The kernel can be configured in two ways. The first is during compilation, the build process to create the kernel and its modules. The second option is using the sysctl command or its related proc file system. For Windows, for Windows 10, Windows Defender provides a wide range of protection against malware and helps identify and remove virus, spyware, and other malicious software. New capabilities booster security for the Microsoft Edge browser, simplify management, expand device squad controls to more devices, protect against new fowlers attack that don't write anything to this and safeguard against advanced attack that get past the user's primary defenses. A number of Windows 10 capabilities protects against malware and advanced persistent threats. Device Guard allows only trusted application to run on device, protecting the device from malware and preventing attackers from remotely taking control of the machine. Credential Guard isolates corporate identities to prevent attackers from accessing credentials. Even if the machine is compromised, the attackers still can to steal domain and user credentials to move around the network and access other computers. With the virtual-based security uses hardware and software machines to block attackers from tampering with the kernel and other sensitive processes. With VBS, even if malware gains access to the kernel, the effects are limited because because the hypervisor prevents the malware from executing code. So the secure boot make it more difficult for hackers to inject low-level malware such as rootkit. For the Linux can use the tools discussed above, which is the picture shown above. Password cracker,
No, that one's for Windows.
network cracker,
Below.
Oh. The other one is for Windows. This one.
okay, sorry, this one is for Windows, and the
Security system.
below one is for Ubuntu.
Okay.
So Linux can use the tools discussed above: crackers, network scanner, vulnerability scanner, wireless sniffers, intrusion detection system to test their software and network from a hacker perspective. Regular testing and monitoring using Linux hacking software give organizations the opportunity to discover software and network vulnerabilities before attackers. This is the pictures for Linux. And here are some reference for Windows and Ubuntu. So for other question or
That's all.
information, we can discuss in the next discussion.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the overall of our project.
So I hope that you all sacrifice with our work.
Yes, no question. Clear.
And we will try
Okay.
our best the next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Any improvement?
Okay, no problem.
Any improvement or some comments for us?
I think no.
Down here lah.
It's good. So we end out here.
Yeah, and so sorry for our teammate just now
Yeah.
due to his internet problems.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay. That's all for today. Thanks.
Yes.
Okay. Thank
Okay, thank you.